What's going on, guys? Logan here for a new video, and today I am with Yankee Dewey from Yankee Dewey YouTube channel. He has a very awesome 2016 Mustang that has a very cool wrap from Mob Auto Boutique. And for those of you who don't know what the Mob Auto Boutique is, it's actually the detailing and wrapping company that RP Productions owns. And just to give you all a little walk around right here, this is a very unique car. If you see this car out on the road, you're gonna know who you're looking at. It obviously catches your eye, but that blue color, that blue camo color, really gives it an aggressive look. Now, this particular 2016 Mustang started out as just a base model Mustang GT, but with everything that Dewey has done with this car is very far from a base model. You can see how he has this cool little badge right here, different spoiler, different exhaust. It is a full bolt-on car minus the long tube headers. And Dewey, since he takes his car on road courses, he has removed the rear seats and he actually has the Corbeau racing seats. And the way they wrapped this car was really cool as well, because this is a black car. So the roof isn't wrapped, but this is a really good contrast with this color. So let's drive this S550. Now, as far as first impressions, this car is much more sophisticated than my car. I like this refresh they did with the interior. And right here on the front console, this is where you're gonna start your car. You have the push to start right here. You have your traction control options and your steering mode right over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start driving. First thing I noticed right here, very stiff steering for sure. The seats definitely hug you. I mean, these are the racing seats, but they're gonna keep you planted. So obviously this is a track purpose car. So what's all done in this car? What all do you have done to it as far as just from the front to back? What do you have done?
Okay, so as far as the engine goes, it's pretty much a full bolt-on except headers. We got the Ford Performance Stage 3 Power Pack, which includes a GT350 cold air intake, GT350 throttle body, as well as a GT350 intake manifold. And of course, that's all coupled together with a tune. We got the strut tower brace off of the GT350R, as well as a GT350 radiator for added cooling for the track. And then as far as the suspension goes, we have Ford Performance track suspension. We also got a couple other goodies involved in there as well. But that's kind of the main thing, the track suspension setup. We also have a one-piece aluminum drive shaft. We have a pair of GT350 half shafts in the back, as well as upgraded diff case. We upgraded from the standard aluminum diff case to the cast iron diff case. We also upgraded the gears. For the 6R80 Clip cars, it comes from the factory with 315s, but I decided to try the 355s to kind of see how I like them. But I think I'm going to go with the 373s just because they are a bit better on the track. 355s I like better for the street, but I think for the track I'll go 373s. And then for the subframe, we swapped out all the polymer bushings with aluminum bushings. We also have aluminum diff bushings as well. So the entire frame of this car is all stiffened up real nice. The diff included with those aluminum bushings in the diff. So the shifts are definitely better. They're more positive. There's no shake. There's no driveline shake anymore. So I mean, it's a pretty nice driving car. It really is. Even despite all the track stuff, it still rides pretty well. Surprisingly, it's not as harsh as maybe you think it would be.
As far as those aluminum bushings, if you were just some random person getting in this car, you would assume that something's wrong with this car. But
right.
No, all that clunking and everything you hear,
right,
that's supposed to be like that.
Right. You can really hear a lot of that clunking, especially if you like these roads you're gonna be driving on. It's not the most perfect paved roads and that. So you will hear some like chattering, just kind of like that in the back. But all that's normal. And when you really get up to speed in this car, you will actually hear the gears in that rear differential. They'll make some pretty good. They make a pretty good wind. It almost sounds like a supercharger wind. But that's just because everything is so stiff. And even Ford even said that. Once you install these bushings, because everything in this car, pretty much everything on this car is from Ford Performance. Anything you can buy from Ford. Nice sound. That is a beautiful sound right there. That was a nice purr. I like that.
wheel spin, much more controllable in this car. You were just, all I had to do was keep the wheel pointed straight, nothing, no problems at all. With my car, I definitely have to make some corrections there.
Yeah, well, you know, we got a lot of, we got a lot done to the rear end to kind of reduce wheel hop and wheel spin. So, I mean, that's not even like typical of like what a stock S550 would be like. And then plus two, what we got to think too is, you know, we're still running the stock Pirelli P0s, which are pretty terrible as well. So I'm going to do one more track day on these Pirellis, and then I'm going to just trash them because they're no good.
And what do you plan to go to after the Pirellis?
Just want to keep things within a decent budget. I'm probably going to go with Firestone Firehawks. I mean, they're not the best track day tire out there for sure, but they certainly are cheap enough where we can kind of just you know, get some track days done with them. Even if we can get maybe 5 or 6 track days out of them.
That's a night and day difference as far as just, you know, barely give any gas and it puts you right back in the seat.
Sure.
It's so controllable on that. I mean, the wheels are spinning right there. It's just very, very controllable. I really like this independent rear suspension. Yeah,
the only thing that these Mustangs really are known for is wheel hop. They do wheel hop pretty bad, but like I said, we got some stuff done. We got some trick stuff done to the rear end to virtually eliminate it.
And how much horsepower are you looking at right now? About?
So right now to the crank, it's about 500. That's probably about it's 496 to be exact. So we're looking at 430 to the wheel. If we had the 6R80 out of here and we switched it with manual, we get a little bit more, maybe an extra 5 or so. I
mean, you're almost looking at GT350 numbers there. I mean, almost, there is a nice little horsepower gap there, but I mean, you're almost there.
Almost there. Almost, yeah. Another 26 there and about some more. Yeah.
And this car isn't even on E85 yet.
It's not on E85. No headers. Headers. I mean, we would definitely get 445.
let me drive this, definitely check him out on YouTube. It's Yankee Dewey. He has a ton of Mustang content. And like I said, he also has a bunch of classic cars, so definitely check him out. Well guys, me and Dewey did just get back from driving his car, and I will definitely say that it is an improvement from my body style. And as far as one area where I would say it really excelled was going around corners. Anytime we go around a corner, I felt very confident going around the corners. And I mean, I was just giving it gas clearly through the corners, where if I was in my car, I'd be spinning a little bit. But overall, the 2016 Mustang GT has a ton of power, the handling is good, and the looks are definitely there as well. But guys, that will be it for today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please like and please subscribe. And as always, have a great day.